this morning we're driving into San Francisco. We're going to go to Alcatraz. So with Alcatraz, if you go to alcatrazcruises.com, that is the only official ticket seller for the cruises and stuff like that, just to get to the island and have the tours. I almost bought tickets from another website, but I was just like, God, this just looks so shady. Yeah. And so I stopped before putting my credit card back out. Went back through, actually went to the National Park System, and they said that Alcatraz Cruises. Whoop, whoop. There's a car accident back there. But Alcatraz Cruises is the only official, what do they call them? Concessionaire for Alcatraz tickets.
All other
and
tickets are invalid.
Yeah. So make sure that you use alcatrazcruises.com. If I had bought the other ones, not only would I have been paying more, but they may not have been usable. So anyways, we have at 11:30 cruise over. It's only like 10 to 15 minutes. And then we have the rest of the day to hang out on the island and take a audio tour.
And every other tour that they offer is included.
Oh.
I read yesterday.
Wow. It comes with an app. You just download the app. It's really cool. You can order food online. So that when you get there, sorry, I still have a cold. So when you get there, you got food ready, and then spend the day on the island.
Tours to Alcatraz leave out of Pier 33 in downtown San Francisco. Parking isn't available at the pier, but there is parking nearby. Just plan on walking a bit. There is plenty to see on the pier while you wait for your ferry.
So we wanted to bring Corbin to Alcatraz. We thought it was really important for him to see this historic landmark. We wanted to do it really cheap. So Corbin, here's Alcatraz.
This isn't Alcatraz, this is just a model tour.
No, this is what we're doing today. The whole tour right here. So imagine like Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery running along there. Woo! Look at that cannon. Look at the size of that guy right there.
That guy scared me.
They had a bunch of these cannons around the island. That's what protected them. Just a little 10-inch cannon.
No.
Yep.
That.
Oh, is that just another model? He's so excited to be the first on the boat.
Alcatraz has captivated people for decades. This small island just 1.25 miles from San Francisco has been home to the first lighthouse on the West Coast, a Civil War fort, a military prison, and is the birthplace of an American Indian Red Power movement. Of course, it's most famous for being a federal prison from 1934 to 1963, and its history inspired 6 movies. Alcatraz Island is today part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Rock.
The foundation and parts of the Civil War fort are still present and are a fitting start to trying to take in the history of the island. You are free to walk around most areas of the island, but the day tour takes place in the Cell House, the large building atop the highest point on the island. The day tour takes you through the cell house as if you were a new inmate. The line to get your audio tour gear starts where prisoners will be cleaned off and issued their clothing and bedding.
How's that again?
Don't drop the soap because it's hard to pick back up.
Yep, don't ever drop the soap in prison because they have very slick soap.
You're issued your audio gear.
We're doing the countdown and no one press it at the same exact time.
Okay, go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then your tour begins. The narrators for your tour are none other than former prisoners and guards. Their voices and stories make this one of the best audio tours we've ever been on. The cutoff takes you to Broadway, where new inmates spend their first night under catcalls and threats from other prisoners. Each inmate was provided the bare essentials and a book of rules and regulations. Following those rules earned them privileges like time at the recreation yard, which was their only chance to get fresh air. And just outside the walls of the rec yard is a stunning view of the Golden Gate Bridge. The next area on the tour is D Block. This was where they kept the worst of the worst like Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, and Richard Stroud, aka the Birdman. Those who behaved were kept in their cells 24 hours a day, but had sunlight and a toilet and a bed. Uncooperative inmates stayed here an average of 3 to 19 days. The Birdman lived here for 6 years. Those who didn't comply were sent to the hole, where they were kept in darkness and had to sleep on the floor.
Corbin said no, he's not staying here.
Next to D Block was the library, which held over 10,000 books and was another privilege of those who behaved. The most infamous event in Alcatraz history occurred in May 1946 when inmates attempted to escape and started what became known as the Battle of Alcatraz. Inmates overpowered guards and got their keys but were unable to open the door to get outside. In a panic, they took several guards hostage. The Marines were called in as the situation escalated. They fought throughout the night to gain control of the cell house. Bullet and grenade damage can still be found in the cutoff. The battle left 2 guards and 3 inmates dead. The second most infamous event occurred in June 1962 and is retold in the film Escape from Alcatraz, starring Clint Eastwood. 3 inmates spent over a year chipping through the concrete prison walls using spoons and building a raft out of raincoats. Once complete, they disguised their absence with papier-mâché heads, scaled the walls of the utility corridor to the roof, and escaped the island. No one knows if they survived the swim across the frigid waters of the bay. The tour gives you great insight into the life of a prisoner and is a great way to teach your children that crime doesn't pay.
Susanna and I are practicing for something we hope we never, ever have to do, visit our child or any of our children in prison.
Most of the island is beautiful and stands in stark contrast to the cold and ugly interior of the prison. It is also a bird sanctuary for seabirds, so expect to hear and see them everywhere. Make sure you take the time to explore the rest of the island. There is rich history and amazing stories of the guards and their families that made this place home. We spent the remainder of our day exploring the island, but unfortunately, much of it was closed.
A lot of the trails are closed, and we were hoping to be able to walk around. At first, I was like, man, we should have gotten here on the first boat of the day. We could have been here and spent the whole day, but now that everything's closed, I guess the fact that
It was okay. We would have had rush hour traffic earlier.
Yeah. So the fact that we took the 11:30 boat, we got plenty of time out here because everything's closed. So we're gonna go walk down to the bottom and maybe take the boat back.
Make sure you check the website to see what's opened and closed so you can plan your trip and see how much time you'll need. Our day ended with a beautiful drive out of San Francisco with the sunset in our rearview mirror. The next day, we'd be headed north. Make sure you hop on next week as we explore the Redwoods.
Thank you for watching. We'd love to share our journey with you, so hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to leave your comments down below and hit the like button.